They are the same women and children whose husbands and children, fathers, uncles, brothers sacrificed their lives, and they were not afraid of that. These are the same women and children and survivors. They're not afraid of that. They speak out. It is narrated in history, Zainab Salamullahi alayha spoke in Kufa. The people of Kufa had seen Ali ibn Abi Talib. She gave a lecture there. People of Kufa remembered Ali ibn Abi Talib, Amir al-Mu'mineen, salawatullah wa salamuhu alayh. She made them cry. She made the whole city start feeling regret. These supposed heroes of Karbala who massacred the Ahlul Bayt of the Prophet. And they thought now everybody's gonna look after Zainab in Kufa. That's it. No respect for these people. Who did that? What type of spirit? What type of language? In Sham, Imam Zain al-Abidin and Zainab salamullahi alayha, with their words, they flipped it, they changed everything. Yazid had to. They were there for this. They were there to accompany Imam al-Hussein, not to just be with him, not just to tag along. They were part of the revolution. They were part of the movement. They had a part to play, and this is their part. As painful as it was, we have to go to Karbala. Why? Right from the get-go, remembrance of Hussein and the massacre of Karbala. We're not going to let this be forgotten. We're not going to let this be forgotten. We're not even going to wait to go to Medina, because you know when they got to Medina, they set up a scene. When they wanted to go, they didn't just go in. Imam Zain al-Abidin said, wait, we're going to stay out here. He sent someone to go in Medina and start telling people the family of Hussein ibn Ali has come back. Started making those announcements. People started coming out. This is to make a scene here. Make people realize what happened. We're not just going to go in. They didn't even wait for that. They said, no, we are going to start this from the 40th, the Arbaeen of Imam al-Hussein. We have to be in Karbala. The presence of the Ahlul Bayt in Karbala is a political statement against the Umayyads. They thought, okay, let's get rid of them. Let's honor now the household of the Prophet. Let's make people like us again. I said, no, we're not going to let you cover this up. Forget about it. Ziyarat of Arbaeen. Ziyarat al-Arbaeen is for this, brothers and sisters. Ziyarat al-Arbaeen is to keep alive the memory of the sacrifice, of the uprising, of the shahada, of the bravery, of the fighting of injustice, of not being afraid, of not giving in to what powers, superpowers, regional or global or whatever, want, and them and their covering up of the truth. This is what Arbaeen is. That's why some have said correctly, this Ziyaratul Arbaeen, that the first Arbaeen the Ahlul Bayt started, and then they encouraged, they say one of the signs of the followers of the Ahlul Bayt is to perform the ziyarah. Again, the ziyarah doesn't mean read the ziyarah. If you can't go, okay, read the ziyarah. But if you can go, go there. This Ziyaratul Arbaeen, this large gathering, is preparing the grounds for the coming of the 12th Imam. Why? Because the Imam is going to come and establish justice. government of justice. He will fight all global tyrants. And you can do the math and figure out what that means. He's not going to fight the people of the world. He's going to fight the tyrants of the world. With what? With whom? With the sword? With bombs? With nuclear bombs? No, with the people's bomb. With people, with understanding. But people that will stand for justice have got to be people that are not afraid of being bombed, being killed, being slaughtered, their children being slaughtered, their husbands being killed. A people that have that quality. Critical mass of them is going to be what the Imam will use and is required. Where does that happen? Arbaeen. One of the clearest signs or the clearest reminders of this, the clearest sign that this is moving in that direction, is that what you find throughout the march on the 3 days of walk, whenever you begin it, all those who go from different parts of Iraq locally and all those that come internationally, is sacrifice. Everyone who goes there is sacrificing one way or another. They're not going on luxurious rides to Karbala, to some luxury hotel, to sit around. They're going for a walk. They went for that walk under Daesh, the threat of Daesh. And people were spreading that to cause people not to go. Well, they went. The locals bring everything they have. Sacrifice all of it. Not just money. Whatever they have, they buy and present and they give and they beg. Their homes, their time. More than that, the way they respect, the way they bend down, the way they massage the feet of all those days, all of this is sacrifice. The nation that is going to be with the 12th Imam prepared for him has got to be a nation that does not care about any of these things and is willing to sacrifice all of it. Arbaeen is a memory of that, keeping this alive, connecting with that concept. In the Ziyarat of Arbaeen today, when you go, you see that's what it's all about. Love and rahmah. One of the, again, recite a salawat please. I'll end with this inshallah. In Surah Al-Fatih, the last verse, Surah Al-Fatih. Okay. One of the verses, the verse before the last, I believe it is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. This is the wa'd, the promise of the final victory of Islam, which is going to be by the hand of the 12th Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. The Prophet was promised it. He started it. Alright? This is that promise. It's related to the 12th Imam for the reason I just briefly explained. There's a lot that can be said about that. The last verse is this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Muhammadun Rasulullah. وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ أَشِدَّاءَ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ رُحَمَاء بَيْنَهُمْ. Okay. One of the things that you experience like nowhere else, if you've been to Hajj, okay, you see that unfortunately there are elements, local elements in Saudi that just create friction. They don't allow for rahmah, for the believers to be together and enjoy being together, smile at each other's faces. Unfortunately, Hajj is supposed to be that because of these ghasibeen that are there. This is not happening. Now, Arbaeen, you see this, subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. The rahmah you see, it does not matter where you're coming from, and it doesn't matter who's giving you that service. People from outside of Iraq are begging Iraqis, please just give us this little piece of land, let us serve the Zawat as well. Give us a little bit of that. You have most of it, just give us a little bit. There's non-Iraqis that are trying to serve the Zawat. And it doesn't matter where you're going from. Everybody, with that crowd, brothers and sisters, millions of people. But the beauty of it, you don't see antagonism, animosity, enmity, hard feelings. Beautiful, beautiful. This verse, وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهْ أَشِدَّاءَ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ رُحَمَاء بَيْنَهُم is telling us who the companions of the 12th Imam, the people that will be with مَعَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ and مَعَ أَوْلَادِهِ. That's what it's telling us. That's what that verse is trying to tell us. In Arbaeen, we see a manifestation of this today that gives us that hope and tells us this is definitely leading to the coming of the 12th Imam, inshaAllah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make that sooner rather than later, inshaAllah. Sallallahu alayka ya Abu Abdullah. Assalamu alaykum ya ahla bayt an-nubuwwah وموضع الرسالة ومختلف الملائكة ومهبط الوحي ومعادن الرحمة وخزان العلم ومنتهى الخير. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you, my beloved Holy Prophet, and the Ahlul Bayt. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. It was in your homes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with guidance and revelation. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. Angels descend upon you day in and day out. Sallallahu alayk ya Aba Abdullah. Sallallahu alayk ya Sallallahu alayk ayyuha ash-shaheed bi Karbala atshana. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you, my beloved Imam al-Hussein, my beloved oppressed Imam, the Imam who was slaughtered the shores of the Euphrates, while his mouth was dry of thirst. روحي فداك يا مولاي. For those of you who heard of Ziyarat Arbaeen and your hearts couldn't stay here, you remembered the Ziyarat of Hussein, let's ask him, Ya Abu Abdullah, if you invite us, we can be in your shrine Arbaeen of this year. Who would like to perform that Ziyarat? Imagine yourselves in Bain al-Haramain, walking to the shrine of Imam al-Hussein, kissing the gates of the Haram, entering Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Inshallah, we all get to go. Tonight, some remember Zainab and her sacrifice. Zainab was not able to bring her husband to Karbala, but she was able to bring her children to accompany Imam al-Hussein. Imagine her children wanting to go to the battlefield, asking their uncle, Ya Mawla, Ya Aba Abdullah, do you give us permission to go and fight? Imagine Imam al-Hussein thinking of Zainab. Some have said Zainab decided not to be around when they wanted to ask. She encouraged them to go. They went to the battlefield. They showed their chivalry and their bravery. They fought a good battle. Their voices were heard. Imam al-Hussein went out as he did for Ali al-Akbar as well. They say Zainab did not come. She didn't want Hussein to feel bad any more than he already did. But I will tell you, that wasn't the most difficult scene for Zainab in Karbala. Hussein, my children be sacrificed for you. Zainab was worried about Hussein. The moment that Hussein came to her to bid his farewell, the wada, that's when Zainab is most grieved and sorrowful. Imam al-Hussein goes, Zainab is waiting. What will happen? Ya Allah, give me patience. When the horse of Imam al-Hussein came to the khiyam without its rider, filled with arrows and blood, Zainab heard the horse. They went outside. They saw Hussein is not there. Wa Muhammada wa Aliya. Zainab rushed. She went on Tellu Zainabiyya to see والشمر جالس على صدره. Ya Allah, what difficult moments for Zainab. I don't know if that moment was more difficult for Zainab, or when he saw the head of his beloved brother in Kufa on the spear reciting Quran. أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا. Or was it the courtyard of Yazid? While she was speaking, the mal'oon took his stick and started hitting the lips and teeth of Hussein. No wonder they say when Zainab got back to Medina, people couldn't recognize her. What she went through. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم بالزهراء وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها بك يا الله 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 يا رحمن يا رحيم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى محبة أوليائك. Allah hasten the return of our Imam. Enable us to be his true and close companions. Help all those who are helping your cause, especially our ulama, our maraja, and more so our leader. Ya Allah, forgive us all of our sins. Forgive our parents, our grandparents, all relatives, all believers, those who are alive, those who passed away. Ya Allah, grant all of us and all believers worldwide our hajat, our needs, our requests. Cure all the ill from amongst us. By the right of the Imam of our time, relieve all the people of the world of the oppressions they're facing. Bin Nabiya wa alih. Rahim Allah man qara al-Fatihata ma'a as-salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.